I caught a bit of news from Eros Ramazzotti. He's coming to Boston,
Really?
um, June 22nd.
Hey, hey.
He's coming to the Wang Theater. Is it really called Wang
It's called
Theater?
the Wang Theater, yeah. What can I say?
Okay, the Wang Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Eros is coming there, which of all places, go figure. So
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen him in years, so he's playing at the Wang. Okay. I mean, I don't want. I don't want to know the history. I don't want to just. He's playing. For those of you who are fans of probably the most popular European singer the last 20 years or some 30 years, go see Eros Ramazzotti. Trust me, he's good. I saw him at concert live once in Italy. He's good. He's
Mm-hmm.
good. He's playing at the Wang Theater in Boston. Hello, and welcome back to another news nonsense for this April 7th for 2019. My good friend Stephanie Forian is back from Boston. She's got the boss. She's in Munich now, but she's a Boston fan. Hey, I'm a New Yorker here. No. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I think this is actually the 100th episode of the news nonsense, at least 100 episodes. So
Ooh,
we should
happy
do something.
birthday.
I know, to the show and to the community, really. I feel like we should do something special for today. I don't know. Oh well. Anyway, Stephanie, we do have a request from a new
Mm-hmm.
fan of yours. His name is Paul. He wants to hear the Sunshine song. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
the song called "The Sun." I think it's his
Ah.
wife, but anyway, it is a beautiful song. So why don't we start off the show with "The Sun"?
Okay, Paul, this is for you and your wife. I woke up this morning with clouds in my head, but they all rolled away when I got out of bed, and the sun shone on my face with the warmth of your embrace when I thought of you. We don't fit perfect, and sometimes the weather's rough, but we have enough good days to make it up, and the sun shines on my face with the warmth of your embrace when I think of you. Sometimes I wonder where I would have been if I'd never met you and your seasons. I would have stayed winter, would have never known the spring, would have never seen summer or been able to fall for you. We got so lucky that we didn't miss the boat. So even when it rocks, I am full of hope, and the sun shines on my face with the warmth of your embrace when I think of you. Oh, the sun shines on my face with the warmth of your embrace when I think of you.
"The Sun" from singer-songwriter, angelic voice of YouTube, Stephanie Forian. Appropriate because right now the sun is shining nicely here in Ohio. It's going to hit 70 today. Yay! I'm
Nice.
ready for it. Anyway, thank you. That was for our friend Paul. So Paul, there you go. Keep the requests coming. So I actually posted last night's or last week's show last Sunday night as a premiere video. There's a
Mm-hmm.
new feature on YouTube where you can schedule a premiere video, and the chat is live, just the chat,
Mm-hmm.
not you on camera. So that's where the requests came in. They enjoy,
Ah.
yeah. So it's you can upload a video. There's an option to schedule it as a premiere.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can be live in the chat, reading all the chat, and not you live. So if you're busy,
Mm.
whatever, getting cleaned up, whatever, you don't put your camera on. It's just writing in the chat.
That's good because
Anyway.
normally I look like a swamp monster. So, yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah. I really have to clean myself up for these videos.
Okay. All right. So it's just the life of a rock star.
That's true.
Anyway, that was from last Sunday night's video that I posted. It's funny because you mentioned we had talked about that fluffy thing in Australia, what
Oh,
people
yeah.
say, getting fluffy off it's
Letting
about
Fluffy off the chain. Yeah.
farting. So I asked Vince. Vince is from Australia about that, and you know what he replies?
What?
Pull the other finger.
Really?
That's what his reply. I don't think he heard of it. But I think
Mhm.
he does that to his two little girls. I think he's got a couple kids, so he plays. Anyway, that's where that came from. Okay. Anyway,
Well, thanks,
moving
thanks,
on.
thanks for the non-info, Vince.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Vince. It was funny because I posted on the title, Aussie gas and something else. So Vince thought it was about the high cost of petrol.
Oh, well.
But he says, leave it to Toss to talk about. I'm like, whoa, 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 time out here. This is not my story, Vince. This is your Australians in Australia. This is not my story. So don't blame this on me and Stephanie. Anyway, it was all good. It was all fun. Okay, so let's get started with some news and then we'll finish up with a little bit of nonsense. Actually, you want to start?
Um, sure.
Go ahead.
Let me
All right.
see. Okay. Um, this one caught my eye just because it was kind of random. Mummified mice found in husband and wife's tomb in Egypt. The collection of eagles buried with them, the collection of animals buried with them included eagles, a falcon, and dogs and a cat, plus all the mice.
I understand the animals, but the mice? That's unusual. But I think, I was watching something on history, was it last week, 2 weeks ago? It seems like we're still learning stuff from Egypt and the pyramids and what they did. It's fascinating stuff, but the
Yeah.
mice, yeah, it's well, what a bunch of dirty rats. No, just kidding. Okay. What else you got?
Well, I don't know if any of your viewers are familiar with Skrillex, but Skrillex dubstep music could potentially protect against mosquitoes. A study has found that a track by Skrillex, the electronic artist known for his dubstep music, could be an effective way to protect against mosquitoes. Who knew music can be useful?
Well, too bad it didn't protect you against spiders. Remember that story about the spider? Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Oh, well, poor
Maybe
spider.
I could try it against the spiders too.
Okay. Okay.
We'll see if it works.
All right. What else you have?
Okay. Woman, 104 years old, arrested at care home by police to fulfill a bucket list wish. A 104-year-old woman has ticked off another item on her bucket list after being arrested by police. Anne Brokenbrow, who has never fallen foul of the law, cheekily grinned as officers detained her inside a care home and bundled her into a waiting police car. She had revealed her desire to be arrested as part of a charity scheme where residents write down what they want most at this care home in Bristol. She wrote, "My wish is to be arrested. I am 104 and had never been on the wrong side of the law."
Ooh, that is one tough chick. I don't want to mess with her. That's for sure. Well, good for her. Okay. If that's on her wish list, then you know what? Good for her. If that's what you want, go for it.
Yes.
Not me. Not me. No, thank you. Yeah. Okay. What else do you have?
That is all I have for today.
Okay.
News hasn't been very funny lately.
Well, I have a few things that might be funny. At least one thing is it's very funny and weird if I can keep a straight face, but I'll try.
Okay.
Before I begin, though, with my stuff, last April Fool's, you posted that song, the toothpaste,
Ah,
jingle.
yes.
For what it's worth,
Hmm.
I love the tune. I could see myself. I could no, I could see myself working out to it, kickboxing, sit-ups, push-ups. I love the tune. I
Hmm.
think you should expand on it. I'm being
Really?
totally serious. I
Do
think
you
it's
think
a
I should
great.
keep it in the realm of toothpaste, or do you think I should move beyond?
That's up to you. And guys who watch this later, go back to the April Fool's thing that Stephanie did. The song I think rocks. Oh, has the potential. I'm being totally. I mean, it was a silly. It's April Fool's
Yeah.
toothpaste, but I love the beat. I really do. Because yesterday I was kickboxing, stretching, push-ups, sit-ups, doing my daily 1,000 sit-ups. No, but I try to do 100.
Good for
No,
you.
but I think that the tune has a good funky beat to it that I could kind of like a dance club or club type of a, I'm you figure it out, but either keep it in the realm of the silly lyrics
Uh-huh.
or make it more what's the word? More not dark, more maybe suggestive, like in the middle of the night I had a dream of him or and you figure it out.
Oh,
But
okay.
I mean keep it family
Yes.
friendly, of
Yeah, of
course.
course, of
Of
course.
course. No, but yeah, I love the beat. I'm being totally serious.
Okay.
I was doing this because I watched a video once and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, that's so silly. But like, wait a minute, in the middle of charcoal. I love the beat. So I'm just telling you how I feel about it. I think you
Well,
should expand on it.
you know what I think is a good sign
Yeah.
is that I had just put that piece of paper over a real tube of toothpaste.
Yes.
But I took that just because I thought it was cute. I took it off the tube of toothpaste again and then I put it on my door just for fun. And now every time I open the door, I get that song in my head. I was like, there must be something to that song if it's getting
See,
in my head every time I see that label. Yeah.
see, we're on the same wavelength here. But I think you
Yeah.
should. And if you do it, do it. Let me
Okay.
know, and I'll be the first one to listen. No, but I'm being totally serious. I know we
Okay.
often joke and laugh, and that's fine for these
Yeah.
type of shows. But that beat got to me, and I don't think I think somebody posted on that video that jingle works, or somebody else liked it. At least another person or two, I think.
Yeah. A bunch
But
of people have written to me and said that they liked it. So
there you go. So either keep the same silly lyrics or make it more suggestive.
we'll make it a full 3 minute, 30-second
Yeah,
toothpaste.
I think you should. I think you should, and yeah, that way I can kickbox to it. So.
Okay,
Anyway,
cool.
it's just a thought. But guys, you know what I mean. Just watch the video and you'll see what I mean. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the news. Well, iPhones. A scheme to swap fake iPhones adds up to $900,000 loss for Apple. The con was simple. Send a fake iPhone to Apple claiming the device would not turn on under warranty and receive a genuine replacement in the mail. I guess this went on since 2016, I believe. You mean Apple was that dumb? Haha. But they got caught to the tune of they lost $900,000 for Apple.
Wow.
Yeah, since 2016. There it is. So okay, well, yeah, crime does not pay, guys. So don't do that. You would think after a while you would get caught because of serial numbers and the fake, but I guess they would do it for a while
Mm.
until they got caught. I'm not sure how you could get away with that. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not someone who wants to go to jail like that
Yeah, me
104
neither.
year old.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Anyway, this is a story from the New York Times. Okay, let's move on. Microsoft confirms massive Windows 10 upgrade changes. Okay, it says here improving the Windows 10 update experience with control, quality, and transparency.
And not having to update my graphics card every time it updates.
The vice president of Microsoft says Windows 10 will scrap its most hated feature, forcing updates down users' throats. You know, when you're trying to fix a problem that should not have been a problem in the first place, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it's welcome news, but like you were saying, each time you update your system, you have to update your graphics drivers. That's not user friendly on any system, not just, we're picking on the Windows, but that's true for anything, Mac, Linux. And it's like I've been saying, the National Linux Desktop, where art thou? We're
Hmm.
waiting. Whoever wants to do it. But there's your reason. So yeah, so I'm sure this will be rolled out smoothly. Let's move on.
Right.
Okay. Well, on the flip side, reasons to abandon Windows for Linux. This is from Slash Gear
Mhm.
website. Had enough of Windows 10 hassles? No, no, I want some more, please. No, but unless you plan to install Windows 7, which loses support in January 2020, or have the cash to spare for an Apple device. By the way, I saw one of the iMacs that you recommended for like video stuff,
Mhm.
and they start about $2,000 and go up, I think,
Yep.
which is not a bad price for a high-end machine. It's
Mm.
it's really about the same price for a PC, maybe a little less for a PC.
Well, I think it's really when you get into the laptop territory that the
Yeah,
prices are just exorbitant.
yeah, yeah,
Especially because, like, I would expect if I'm buying a pro machine
yeah.
that the headphone jack would be high quality. It's not. And I mean, these are machines that musicians are using. So it's just surprising. I mean, I realize most musicians are using it in combination with an interface most of the time, but even so, I would want it to have a high quality headphone
That is
jack.
strange.
And it really like I said,
Really?
I'm an Apple user, but I'm not like religiously for Apple. They definitely don't do everything right at all.
Like Apple, what's the matter with you, man?
Yeah.
I never would have guessed. Anyway, that was a story there. So,
Mm.
and it says here you can expect learning curves when changing platforms. That's true. But, once again, until we have a national Linux desktop with a quality standard, it's going to be a tough sell. And I get it. Mom and pop don't have time to learn terminal commands, which nowadays with some Linux you don't have to. But, until we have a national quality standard, you are going to run into issues. Just Friday, I ran into an issue with the graphics
Hmm.
with one of my Linux desktops, and I was trying to do terminal commands, trying to figure out. After 2 hours, I'm like, just reinstall it fresh, and that fixed the problem. But that's an example. Well, I just did a fresh. Well, I installed the new beta because the one I had at the support was going to expire in June, July anyway, so it
Mm.
was time. But the point is, I had the patience to redo it. A new Windows user to Linux is going to say, forget about it,
Yep.
and I don't blame them. All right.
Mm.
Anyway, yes, I'm all for a new Linux desktop for the masses that we talked about last week or 2 weeks ago.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to a little bit of nonsense. This is actually kind of cute and romantic. Divers married in underwater wedding in Australia. Here we go
Oh,
back to Australia again.
love, 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 love.
Love, love. Like I said, they do things differently in Australia. A pair of scuba diving enthusiasts held an underwater wedding ceremony in Australia. This is back just a few days ago, April 5th, I guess. I
Mhm.
think that's wonderful, kind of strange, but well, I just hope that marriage doesn't get washed up.
Oh.
It's just a joke. I wish the couple the very best. I really
Mm.
do. I really do. Okay. This is news nonsense. Nonsense. Okay, never mind.
Mm.
Okay. This is out of Michigan. Parking lot. Parking lot goose attack caught on camera in Michigan. Police at a
I'm just trying to imagine that. Okay.
I can imagine. Yeah, a police at a Michigan university are warning locals to steer clear of geese after a security camera recorded one of the birds attacking a pedestrian. Talk about getting goosed.
Oh.
Okay, we could move on to the. Yeah, I've never been attacked by geese. Have you?
No, I've never been attacked by any winged creature.
One time driving on the highway here on the road, what appeared to be a pigeon
Hmm.
slammed against my windshield.
Oh.
I was like driving this way,
Hmm.
and the pigeon came this way. I'm like playing Stephanie's moves, then boom!
Oh
Was that the
no.
pigeon?
Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
I guess the pigeon said, "Hey, that's Stephanie's muse." Boom. No, just kidding. But yeah, it like it lost its sense of radar or like whatever you call it, sense of direction. And I'm just driving them, bam.
Or it was a
Standings.
very depressed pigeon.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, Stephanie's music. Oh, no, just kidding.
Oh God, I'm killing birds.
Killing
Oh,
birds.
but I
Okay.
take it back. I was attacked by a bird once, but I don't believe it was deliberate.
Uh,
I think it thought my finger was a peanut and it wanted to eat it.
well, didn't you the story a couple of weeks ago in Australia? You went to eat
Mhm.
on the porch or on the balcony,
Yes.
and you were feeding all the birds. You know what? That happened to me in Florida once. I was at a hotel
Hmm.
that morning, I think it was in that I went out in the back with some or that night. I can't remember. I had like potato chips or Cheetos or snacks. I'm sitting in the bag, and all of a sudden it was like Alfred Hitchcock, the birds. I'm like, well, yeah, here you go. It's all yours. And they're just hovering. I say, yeah, no problem. Yeah, ooh, go ahead. Yeah. It was scary. It was fun, but scary at this because you don't know,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
just hungry. So,
Right. But you don't know.
you don't.
But I
Um,
remember one time I was at the beach, and in Cape Cod, there's part of the bay, like the water goes out really far, so you can walk
okay.
like a mile or two out to where the water normally is at high tide.
Yes. Mhm.
And so we were out walking the salt marshes,
Yeah.
and we looked back and at our blanket, and we saw that there were a bunch of seagulls congregated there, and we thought, well, they can't get anything because we hadn't opened lunch yet, and everything was in the cooler. But we had a bag of potato chips in our beach bag,
Uh,
and they found the potato chips, which weren't open yet. But two seagulls took the bag up, and then they flew apart to rip the bag open, and then they got strewn everywhere, and all of the seagulls got to eat them. So birds are smart.
yes, they are. It's like they say that story's for the birds, but no, it's look, they have to eat too. So, anyway, you know what? I don't mind feeding animals. I mean, that's all part of nature. But yeah, when they're hovering like eye level and they see the food, and that's can be a bit shocking to the system. But I mean, they were friendly enough anyway. But just be careful when you have food outside, especially in the summer on the beach. All it takes is one bird, and they send that signal, "Yo, food, come here." No, but okay, where was I here? I guess I have one more story. This is from California.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
California thief stuffs chainsaw down his pants.
Somebody
Um,
wasn't thinking.
and then I guess the store told him to buzz off.
Whoa.
Yeah, police. That's about as clean as I can go. A police in California, I guess this is a real story. Police in California are working Thursday to track down a man. There's a picture of him, a video. Oh, God. Track down a man who stole a chainsaw from a Fresno hardware store by shoving it into his pants. The chainsaw into his, okay. That's all I, oh, I do have one more. Yeah, I don't, yeah. Maybe like if we are at a bar having a few drinks and getting, okay, we can have more jokes. But there are famous birthdays for today. Francis Ford Coppola, the director of The Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday. And Jackie Chan, the Kung Fu movie master. But there's a plot for a story. Combine The Godfather with Jackie Chan Kung Fu.
That would either be
These
very good or very bad.
these Chinese, this kung foolery, they're taking over the family. It's ridiculous. I don't know what to do. No, but yeah, they just happen to have the same birthdays. I guess it shows here Francis Ford Coppola with his hands dirty. I guess that was the Walk of Fame or the thing where you
Mhm.
put your hands. Okay, from 2016. Yeah. Anyway, happy birthday to the Godfather director himself and to Jackie Chan. So wonderful. Okay. I don't have anything else. So why don't you give us a quick update on the songs for the Living album? And are you going to be posting a new song this
I'm
week?
trying.
Yeah.
I am really hoping to, like, I have been recording songs. It's just a matter of me editing them and
Uh,
getting them online.
uh,
Cause yeah, I've been working really hard on a bunch of projects, and the Living Album is just one of many.
a
So
wonderful editing process. I know it's horrible.
yeah.
It's unless you have a super fast machine where it can cut down the time in half or less. That's the way to do it. Say you have like
Yeah.
a 10-minute video. You want a machine that can, when you edit, it'll render it in 5 minutes or less. That's what you're looking for, really,
That's not my
because
machine.
that's not mine either. No. So I know the feeling, but because when you're waiting for it to, it makes the day go longer. Now you get tired. It's like, oh, and then you made a mistake. Oh, and you got to start over. Now that 10-minute video turns out to be 3 hours, and that's one video. So support your local artists. Anyway, that's all I have for that. So yeah, check out Stephanie on YouTube, of course. I'll have links below in the show notes, stephanieforian.com, stephanieforian.bandcamp.com. You can check out the songs for free, listen for free. You can buy her songs. Buy 1, 2, 300 of her CDs. They make great family gifts. Come on. The Living Album Project songs are free to download because they're not finalized. And if you like the song, buy one or two. I bought the song Not Today. No, not today. That's still kind of not today. Anyway, yeah, finish up that jingle song. I'm telling you that tune is in my head. So dance tunes. I think it'll work out. It'll work out.
Okay.
Let's see. On that note, I don't have any. Since we started the show with a song called "The Sun," can we finish up with a song called "The Rain"?
Sure.
We probably should have done it in reverse, but that's okay.
I know.
Well,
it's about the joy in the rain.
Yes,
so.
It's about the joy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. "The Rain" by Stephanie Forian.
The gray of the sky matches the gray of your eyes today. We gaze outside, simply happy to just lie here and keep the world at bay. The whistle of the kettle on the stove brings the warm smell of nutmeg and cloves. Let's get tangled up in blankets, not thoughts, not plans, not clothes. There's joy in the rain. Let the tears fall outside while we curl up and hide. There's joy in the rain. Whatever's happening out there, I'm gonna smile, me silly here. It's all the little things that pile up from week to week. And when the pile gets high, can drive a little crazy. I need you to ground me. So let's listen to the pitter-patter of our worries washing away one by one. Let's take a day to live, to breathe, to laugh, to love. There's joy in the rain. Let the tears fall outside while we curl up and hide. There's joy in the rain. Whatever's happening out there, I'm gonna smile, be silly here. There's joy in the rain. Let the tears fall outside while we curl up and hide. There's joy in the rain. Whatever's happening out there, I'm gonna smile, be silly here.
there's joy in the rain, and there's joy in having Stephanie part of our community. What a wonderful, gifted voice. God is good. So,
Thank you so much for having
um, always a pleasure. Thank you, Stephanie. All right, that's all I have. That's all we have for this news nonsense. Again, thank you, Stephanie. Thanks to the community for watching these sometimes silly. Ooh, last week was
Sometimes?
silly. Yeah, they just those stories come out of left field, and well, anyway, it's all for fun, so it's all good. All right, so I guess next Sunday, if you have time. I don't think I have anything going on next Sunday. Okay, we'll do it again next Sunday. So again, check out Stephanie here on YouTube. Easy way to remember Stephanie's song is on YouTube. Search Stephanie Sweet Insomnia. That was one of her hit songs a few years ago. That's probably the easiest way to remember. I know, because you're all busy. No, but all right. Stephanie, why don't you take us out?
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We both hope you have a great week.
Arrivederci.